Scott Harkin deals home, and we're underway in round 10. Andrew Moritz having a good year. And he lines this the other way foul. Look at to use the old Ed Wyatt trick and binocular down so we have an idea of what. Moritz went 6 for 11 in that series, but he's down swinging against Scott Harkin here in the top of the first. So good start for the Shark, and there's one out.
Park with the Kia Tigers, and of course you did a little deep dive into this mandatory military service. So they go do that, play ball, and then come back.
2020 KBO draft. Ground ball over to first, and no problem in the end for Greg Bird. Park has struggled, hitting 155 on the road now, just 4 for 31. And he rips this foul, Warner the opposite of Park.
Went to school in your neck of the woods down at TCU, Texas Christian.
He was part of that program for Jim Schlossnagel. Ruffled a lot of feathers down at my home state. Out to right center, Bannister breaking in on a gallop, cannot get there. Has to knock it down quickly, but it's yet another road hit for Cam Warner. Foul pulled to the left field foul pole, and you wonder if on a day that's a little less blustery as this one, perhaps. Here's Robbie Perkins. There's that patented Scott Harkin curveball, and jumps ahead 0-2. Here's the 1-2. That's a tough play. Glendening from short on the run, and it is not in time. Infield single. Couple of soft contact singles against the Shark. And the inning continues for Fullerton with 2 on, 2 out. First pitch swinging in the air to right. Bannister is back. Whitefield, though, makes the catch. And no harm done against Scott Harkin in the top of the first. There's a broken back ground ball right back up the middle, and Whitey wastes no time. It cost him a twig, but one of the longest hitting streaks in Ace's history.
He couldn't have timed that any better. He said on a 12-game hitting streak, crap, make it 13.
Well, he rolls this foul outside of third. He entered the season with 32 home runs. He enters the final series of the season 1 home run shy of Ace's history. And there's a big home run cut, but he comes up empty-handed, 1-2. A long hold. There goes Whitefield. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Tag is down, and Whitefield is out.
Like he was under that, I'll be honest.
Kenichi Umeki behind the plate tonight. Kingo Iwashita at first. Jeffrey Dunn made that call at second. Umpires obviously have a very difficult job. Jeff Dunn is one of truly the nicest people I think I've been around. 36 games into the season without an ejection, and Robbie was upset, tossed by. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. And a sharp ground ball under the glove of Kamorley. And Glendening with a 2-out RBI single now has hits in 5 consecutive games after the leadoff single. And Greg Bird behind the count, 0-1 for Melbourne that season.
And you know what's interesting? When Delman was here, he reminds me a lot of Greg Bird.
That 4-game series in the nation's capital. Bird gets under this. Moritz, see the wind, carry that all the way into the left center field gap, but the catch made and the inning is over.
Jack Barry?
And a line shot right to Glendening, out number 1 in the top of the second.
I have never heard of Shorter University in Rome, Georgia.
Not longer, but shorter.
I'd never heard of it. Had to look it up. Small Baptist.
A few collegiate stops, Shorter being one of those. And a 26-year-old, and Akron, of course, known as the Zips. Tilly down on strikes. 2 strikeouts for Scott, who looks good. The only hits he's allowed were pretty soft contact, so ask yourself, well, what's a zip? But I don't think the folks of Akron know really what a zip is. Well, this is grounded foul. It's 1-2 with 2 outs. Soft contact center field, and Whitefield has to play that on a bounce. So late in 3 of those games. in late November. And this time he looks at a pitch over the outside corner, 3-1 from Scott Harkin. He's been in and out of the rotation this season. 32 years of age from Walnut Creek, California, and a product of Sonoma State University. And this payoff pitch in the air, shallow left. Kerrigan says he's got it, and he does. The inning is over. First time playing in Australia, a Philadelphia kid. And what an addition he's been.
Yep.
Worked around a couple of singles in the first. Big swing and a miss from Kerrigan on an elevated fastball. There's a ground ball to third. And Fullerton with a nice play. Throw across, and it brings Barry off the bag. Kerrigan is saved. That's got to be an error. So a miscue from Fullerton. And a leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the second. And a first pitch strike on the outside corner to Jared Dale. Made his debut the next week when Brisbane came here. So this is his first plate appearance against Canberra. Skies it to right, long way for Campbell to go. But out number one, and Kerrigan back to the bag at first against the toughest hitters you would think in a lineup. Bannister tries a bunt and pops it foul. And Sacco's been really good this season. Called strike over the inside corner, 0-2 here to Zion Bannister. He looks at strike three over the inside corner, and a couple of strikeouts for Sacco.
Here's that last strike.
Good pitch. So here is the former Cavalry catcher himself. And a ground ball left side. Diving stop, Fullerton up to his feet, and he makes up for the air with an outstanding play to take a base hit away from Mitch Edwards. Tough luck singles against him. All three hits for the Cavalry. Pretty soft contact. But, softly hit there. And Robbie Glendenning with a nice little leap. Softly hit over to Moritz. So here is Min Park with one out, nobody on base. On a given weekend, but he's transitioned back into the starting rotation. And the Aces have needed that stability, a component of the South Korean military service. Lifted in the air. Bannister giving chase. You could see the wind knocking it down, and George Khalil out of nowhere from second base comes over to make the catch. Any points. So off the bat, I think you and I both were looking at Bannister, and in the end, Bannister had no chance. Khalil made an outstanding grab. Mentioned he played at TCU there in Fort Worth, Texas Christian University. And a mile-high pop-up into shallow left. Kerrigan coming in. And it is a second consecutive inning that he puts away the final outs. Trying to get his bat going at home. He's been so good on the road. Ground ball, tough play. Park makes it look easy with a great throw to first, and another outstanding play made by the left side of the Cavalry infield. Reached there, but instead it's out number one. And Whitefield takes strike number one. Here's the 2-1. And lifted foul to the right field line. Whitefield with that single in the first inning now has hits in 13. We've seen a good one from Park here in this third inning. And a swing and a miss on an elevated fastball. 3-0. Outside ball four, so Darryl George with a walk. And seventh in OPS. And when you add what he's done defensively, I think quietly, he's probably not going to win. He flies this out to right. Playable for Campbell. You can see how much the wind is playing a factor, and the inning comes to an end.
The Aces somehow weasel a home final. You never know. Perkins looks at the second strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cool night at the ballpark. Very windy, as we mentioned.
Very windy.
Weather cool again tomorrow night, and then meant to be warm on Saturday. Expecting a huge crowd. Khalil with a tough play. Throws across his body. Stretch from Bird. Got him. That's hit well into left field. Boy, wind or no wind, that is gone. First run of the night. And a home run for a Harry Fullerton. It's 1-0 Canberra.
Well, the guy who has not hit a whole lot in this league. 175 average coming into tonight. That across his 50.
Takes a 1-0 lead. Here's a replay of that home run from Harry Fullerton. See the sunshine on his face, and he drills that over the left field fence. Another low angle shot of that. Boom. That's
only his 5th hit in now 26 at-bats.
This is Jack Barry now, who lined sharply short his first time up.
Righties have hit for more average. Lefties and righties have hit for about the same amount of power.
Good slow breaking ball. That's hit sharply into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Tilly's on. 2-out single. No doubt about it. Put that way out of the ballpark. Campbell fouls that away. Hit sharply to Khalil. Backhander flips to Glendening. And the Aces get out of the inning. But Fullerton hits a home run. Birds hit that sharply into center field. Back goes Moritz. Makes a basket catch. Falls down. Hope he's all right.
Job to track it down. And Greg Bird hits it so hard. I mean, that's a frozen rope, the straightaway center. The wind is not helping by any means. I didn't even know that the Emmys happened.
We didn't win one, just so you know. He's grounded it to third. Fullerton's on it. Long throw across to Barry, and 2 down. First pitch is a strike. You can see the sunshine kind of is now popped back again onto the playing surface.
And they're currently last.
That's hit into right field. Probably playable for Campbell, although you can see the wind playing with it, but he makes the adjustment. Now we go to the 5th with Sam Camorley, and he's dropped that one right into the open spot down the right center field line.
It's a little unfortunate for Scott because the contact hasn't been that great.
There's a bunt laid down by Moritz, but it's going to drift foul, and he'll come back and do it again. Big breaking ball that he just gets a piece of. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch to Moritz. Reaches out. This could be a double play ball. Great play by Khalil, but the throw from Glendening wide.
A couple of big ones as well.
There's that breaking ball found away by Park.
Good defensive team all season long.
Indeed.
No matter how you look at it.
It's a 2-1 pitch in for a strike, 2-2.
Riding a line, that's it.
That's hit to short. Glendening up with it. Goes to second. Khalil takes him off the bag, but I think he got it. And here comes a protest from Canberra. That one's fouled out of play. Very unique sort of inning. A single and 2 fielder's choices where the... So here's 7, 8, and 9 for the Aces. Guys, it right back at Sacco, and he chucks it over to Barry for the first out. Good reactions from the Japanese pitcher.
Middle part of the year.
Yep. And there is a walk to Mitch Edwards. So the Aces have the first base runner since the 3rd inning. That was also a walk.
It's tough to believe.
1-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. Another good pitch from Sacco. Breaking ball grounded to third. Fullerton over to second. Camorley over to first. Throws in the dirt. Gets away from Barry, but lead runner is out. Trail 1-0. It's popped up. Might be playable. Perkins looking at it. Just out of play. It's the net. 2-1 pitch. Whitefield fouls that back. 2-2. 2's all over the board, including number 2 at the bat. And that's popped up and looks playable. Camorley under it, makes the play.
Membership renewal, but
Perkins skies that one. First pitch. Back goes Khalil. In comes Zion. Khalil's under it, makes the play. George Khalil fielding night at the ballpark tonight.
better than your average quality start of 3 earned runs allowed over 6 innings. Yet no wins because...
Swing and a miss. Kent goes ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets Fullerton. Nice work, Kent. 2 down. That's hit into left field. That's going to be trouble. Kerrigan trying to get there. Cannot get there. Run is in. A little bloop single down the left field line from Michael Campbell. And it's 2-0 Canberra.
A couple of weeks ago, there's a look at that base hit that Kent gave up. A tough flare that dropped in front of Kerrigan. That was an unearned run because of the error. But yeah, when the mound was turning to mush.
That's popped up. Should be playable. Again, in that tricky area, Glendenning calls off Dale and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But a little bit of damage done here as the Canberra Cavalry push another run across.
Well, if you're just turning on the game or maybe listening in the ballpark or something like that.
Outside corner.
And, of course, I wouldn't like many of the called third strikes.
Let's hit into right center field. Should drop and will drop for a base hit. Greg Bird on with a 2-out single. Reached on an error and grounded out, but we know he's got power. And he pops that one up. So many balls have been out to Michael Campbell in right field, and another put out for him. So the Aces get a hit, but no runs. We'll move to the top of the 7th. Michael Dixon will be back on the mic.
Yeah, he chases this high fastball. Michael Brewer strikes out Andrew Moritz. The American Francis Tiafo. There's a called third strike. Back-to-back Ks for Brewer. And the 0-2. Soft liner to left field and a 2-out base hit. 2 hits for Perkins tonight. Here's the 1-2. And he went around. Strike 3 from Michael Brewer. Twists him up with some high heat. And there was no question about it. Brewer with 3 strikeouts in the 7th works around it. There's a sharp single back up the middle. Mitch Edwards against his former team. And the Aces are in business. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. A swing and a miss. Khalil down on strikes. It's doable.
It is.
A swing and a miss, strike 3. So, a couple of runners inherited and a couple of strikeouts for Nato. How is this even possible? Because I've always been told that the second you turn professional, there's a fly ball in the air to center, Whitefield back, twisting and turning, onto the track. And he makes it look about as easy as he can. That's an outstanding catch from Aaron Whitefield. 2 outs. Look at that play from Whitefield. I mean,
just dealing with the wind going back just makes it easy.
And the NAIA actually granted him eligibility. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A 3-up, 3 down. And a line drive right center. That'll get down for a base hit. And this rolls all the way to the warning track. It's not home run number 40, but it is a leadoff double, and Darryl George is pumped up.
First extra base hit as well, too. You see George just pushing that over to right center. Good hit.
Swing and a miss from Glendenning on a ball in the dirt. Perkins tags him out. 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And this is lined to second, caught by Comorley. A flip back to second in time. A line drive from Bird. Comorley catches. George caught off the bag. Close play, but he was out. Even though he still qualifies. Fly ball to Whitefield. And no worries whatsoever. And what did he do? Well, across 3 years in college, he hit .406. So I'd say it worked out. He's down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. With Kerrigan, Dale, and Bannister coming through. And out towards left center. Playable for Whitefield. Just about everything is. And that'll do it. So, job well done by Rutsky, who comes off 2 for 2, converting his save opportunities. And Kerrigan, shallow right, tough play. Campbell galloping in, makes the catch in Nebraska. Bellman in the air to left. Is this playable? Warner coming in, and he makes the catch. The game is over. So the Cavaliers take game 1, a shutout victory by a final score of 2-0.